Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Market Report. Right off the bat, let me just say, welcome back, Alexandra G. We are glad to have you back, the Mod Queen, back in the house. Guys, we got a little bit of a mixed market here on the daily, a little bit. We did get some durable goods information came out this morning. One of them, not so good. The other one, surprising on what it actually had when you take out transportation. We're going to look at that, see what that means for the markets. Right now, take actually a look at the market cap tops here. Bitcoin and ETH still holding, and there's some critical levels that we got to watch there that we're looking at. It's right over here. All of this area here that we've been talking about on this show for about 3 weeks now, we are getting major support there. So we're going to keep watching for that. These are the levels that need to hold. We're going to go over that today, and then we're also going to take a look at some articles. We got some headlines that we're going to go through. But guys, without any further ado, let's do it. It's Friday. Let's have fun. This show is for the alumni. I'm glad you guys are all here. Let's get it. Classes in session. Let's go. Yeah. Let's give a shout out to the people in the chat real fast before we hop over to OC Guy. Actually, no, we're going to go ahead and jump over to OC Guy. What's up, OC? How you doing? And then I'll do all that.
I'm doing fantastic. I mean, markets are green. Couple of trades that we gave in the Piper Academy a couple of days ago on the 4 hours are playing out nicely.
Yep.
So usually I give a 15 minutes perspective and then a 4 hour perspective. And despite sometimes the 4 hour takes its time, it's been just ripping there. For example, the TRX trade, it just ripped out like crazy. So, I mean, pretty happy to say the least.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. Username said Piper's mighty fingers holding up support on the thumbnail there. We missed AG. Yes, we did, username. Average Crypto Joe in the house right now. We got Kyle Fields in here. Harp is in here. BC Port Corp. If you guys didn't catch this morning's show with them on Good Morning Crypto here on Piper Academy, you guys should go check that one out. It was a pretty good video. They were doing a lot of layout talking about Microsoft, and really it's the investors. You guys are... Interestingly enough, if you look at YouTube, everyone's talking about, is Microsoft buying Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. Microsoft does not want to buy Bitcoin. The investors, the shareholders of Microsoft want them to buy Bitcoin because they're seeing what is happening with companies like MicroStrategies and Tesla that are holding Bitcoin on their books and continuing to just expound on their gains that they're already making. So, so Microsoft shareholders are like, hey, where are you in this game, Bill Gates? And he said, I'm giving all of my money over to Kamala Harris. And that's pretty much the end of the story there. But we'll see. We'll see if the shareholders have enough push to get them to do that. So who else we got in here? We got Alexandra G, of course, and thank you so much. I'm glad you're feeling better, Alexandra G. It is not the same show without you here. Let's see who else we got. Crux of Crypto in the house saying, yo, what's up to you, bro? Bucks in here. Caffeinated Crypto. Mike Play. Baba Yaz is in the house. Moho. The Dusty Hunt. You have to say that name slow every time, just so you know. Good morning to everyone that is here joining us. We appreciate you guys being here. Let's go ahead, OC. Let's jump into the news and knock that out. I want to get back over and start talking about what all is going on here in the world of TA. With the members today, with the alumni that are here joining us. So let's go ahead and jump over into the news, and we'll come back and knock out some TA. How about that? Let's go. All right, guys, taking a look at the news here. This is the Fear and Greed Index. Right now, it's sitting at 70, guys. Yesterday, we were in greed. We were sitting at 70. A week ago, we were at 72 in greed. A month ago, we were at 65. But guys, 1 year ago today, we were in extreme fear at a 25. It was October. I had just told everybody to buy crypto. Literally. I've got the receipts for it. I'll show them in a minute. But yeah, 1 year ago, that's where we were at, extreme fear. Looking at those crypto bubbles again, guys, just to show you here on the daily, we have a lot of red coming in. Safe Moon. I think that's Safe Moon. Is that Safe Moon? It's just safe. Okay. It's up 17.6%. There's, what is SPX? Oh, SPX 6900. Is this tied to, I don't know. Hey, Crux, is SPX tied to like a stock market play? I don't know. It's weird. Let me know. A lot of them that I don't recognize here, but Popcat down 6.9, Tia down 6.6, Aerodrone down 6.6. A lot of the meme coins getting their shakeout today. Sui's down 4.1, guys. But like I said, on the market cap total, we've got BNB's up, Bitcoin's up, ETH is up, Solana's down about 1%, TRX is up 1.9, Litecoin's up 2.7. The important ones are starting to are showing some strength right now. Let's jump into this economic data and let's talk about this because it's a meme play. Got it, Mike Play. Appreciate it, bro. I figured it might have been something like, one of those SPX, sentiment type coins, but I didn't know. Durable goods orders month over month, guys, was previously down negative 8%. It's got a revision on it. You see that R there? That means there was a revision. Consensus is that it would be down 1%. Forecast to be down 0.5%. Actually came in well below that at 0.8% to the downside. New orders for manufactured durable goods in the U.S. decreased by $2.2 billion or 0.8% to $284.8 billion in the September 2024 window, following a revised 0.8% decline in August and compared with market expectations of a 1% fall. Transportation equipment also down 3 of the last 4 months drove the decrease. Transportation equipment. Remember that. That's the important piece. Let's go look at durable goods when you exclude transportation. It was at on a revision 0.6%. They expected it to be negative 0.1 to 0.2%. Came in up 0.4%. So that is where I said we got some mixed durable goods data today. Keep in mind revisions on both of them, but when you exclude transportation, it did pretty good. Durable goods orders excluding transportation in the U.S. decreased to 0.4% in September from 0.5% in August. Durable goods orders excluding transportation in the United States averaged 0.23% from 1992 to 2024. So it averages a 0.23%. We got 0.4%. Durable goods orders starting to come back. Now, I do want to point out that if you have durable goods orders increasing, that can be a sign of increasing demand, and if supply can't keep up with it, that becomes inflation, right? So 1 + 1 = 2. Demand minus supply equals inflation, okay? Let's go take a look at this little snapshot here on X marks the spot, guys. This is breaking news. This just came out. Kabisi Letter dropped this just a little bit ago. Breaking news. Get over there. The New York Stock Exchange announces a plan to extend trading on its ARCA Equities Exchange to 22 hours a day. Not quite crypto, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but they are looking at extending New York Stock Exchange extending trading for 22 hours a day. If approved, the change will open the market from 1:30 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on all weekdays, excluding federal holidays. It's a historic moment there. So I don't know, guys. Let me know in the chat. What do you think? Do you think that we're going to get way more volatility in the stock market now that Asia can literally come in and buy and sell during the actual market open, or the markets being open? Let me know what you guys think in the chat. And then we got an article here from CNBC Pro, from the Pro Series here. It's one of the subscriptions that I take on so that I can get you guys information that's behind paywalls. Conflicting economic signals are causing confusion in the bond markets. Like today, guys, we've been watching the 10-year yield going up, going up, going up. Today, 10-year yield pulling back. So is gold right now, actually. But the NASDAQ, the Dow, and the S&P, and the Russell 2000 all moving to the upside. Bond market investors having trouble figuring out the economy, what the economy looks good from 30,000 feet. But when you get closer to the ground, not so much. Treasury yields have been surging over the past month or so, even with Thursday's decline helping pull down stocks this week. So when the yields are surging, that means that money is going into those instead of the stock markets, right? While a variety of reasons have been cited, one of the most popular is the simple notion that the Federal Reserve is closer to achieving its much touted soft landing, in which it can use high interest rates to bring down inflation without wrecking the broader economy. Higher growth expectations generally translate into higher bond yields. Virtually all of the macroeconomic data lately has supported that thesis, whether it's payrolls, gross domestic products, retail sales, or a host of other measures. Growth looks solid at the very least. Thursday brought fresh news that layoffs are not accelerating. We'll see on November 1st when those numbers come out. The Atlanta Fed is tracking 3.4% GDP growth rate in the third quarter, and recent retail sales data indicate the consumer spending is holding up. Again, demand, supply, right? Goldman Sachs economists think that the strong growth prospects are driving yields higher as traders sell the safe haven of bonds. Remember, when it goes up, that means they're selling. When it goes down, that means they're buying. They have to entice people to buy them if they're selling them off, and that's why their interest rate gets higher. The investment bank said that is a more likely reason than other commonly cited factors. That includes rising expectations for Donald Trump victory in the presidential race, or fears that the federal rate cuts will reignite inflation. Yields have risen significantly over the past several weeks, which we find has owed primarily to continued strong U.S. growth momentum. And so, as you get these bonds going up and going down, going up and going down, it's given very conflicting. It's from that very conflicting economic signals that we're getting, because some data will come in good, some data will come in bad, and then it's just the sentiment is a roller coaster of buy and sell over and over and over again. So, but we're going to look at those levels today. I think there's some key stuff there. Did you guys hear about this? Let's talk about this, and then we'll come over and I'll jump over to OC's screen there with him, and we'll talk about it. The U.S. government's crypto wallets, and shout out to BC Port Corp and Lunar Beaches on Good Morning Crypto. They talked about this morning. Their crypto wallet, U.S. government's crypto wallet, got hacked for $20 million, according to on-chain analytics firm. I keep laughing because I'm thinking about what Lunar Beaches said this morning. The malicious address currently holds about $13 million in assets. A hacker compromised a wallet probably controlled by the United States government on October 24th. The wallet, which included funds seized from the 2016 Bitfinex hack, was drained of $20 million. And they got the little tracking here that they're doing on the actual wallet and stuff like that. The on-chain analytics firm said the hacker has started converting the stable coins into ETH and laundering the funds through addresses likely associated with the money laundering service. The attacker exploited funds seized by the U.S. government. And they're talking about the Bitfinex hack there. Yeah, I don't need to know all that. Let's go back to the duo cam. OC. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna ride on the coattails of what Lunar Beach has said this morning, because this is the U.S. government's wallet, supposedly, allegedly, it's the U.S. government's wallet. And these are the same people that keep saying you shouldn't be able to custody your Bitcoin. You're not going to be responsible enough with it. You shouldn't have access to hold your own money, blah, 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 blah. As Lunar Beach has said this morning, you can't even hold your own damn Bitcoin. I don't need you to tell me what to do with mine. Your thoughts on this? Like, $20 million hack on the U.S. government. Obviously, not first of all, not your crypto, not your keys, not your crypto. They obviously didn't have it on cold storage. And if they did, they've got insiders leaking info somewhere or something. I don't know. What are your thoughts? What do you think about this?
Well, I believe that, I mean, they're the government, right? So I think they're responsible enough. You should be giving them your custody. They should be holding all of the crypto at once, and you should be just worrying less about what they do. They are the almighty government, and they know what's better and what's best for you always.
Yeah. If the Department of Justice is watching right now,
Right?
if I have a link for Tangem cold storage wallets. I recommend you get about 20 of those, divide that out so that if one thing does get faulted or hacked, you're not all of your crypto in the same spot. You got it spread out. Just tune in. Just tune in to Piper Academy. I'll help you guys out over there at the DOJ, tell you how to properly custody your crypto and what you need to do to make sure that you are safe from hacks. Don't click links, stuff like that. I just got one today. In my email. I had an email from AT&T that my bill had been adjusted, and it was not the same exact amount that I paid, but it was pretty darn close. Like they had just, a ballpark figure of an average family of four, I guess. I don't know, because I do have 3 phones and I've got a hotspot, right? But anyway, it said that log in here to see the details of your price increase, and it looks straight up legit, bro. Until I clicked on the actual email, and then Apple AI said this is not a standard AT&T email associated in known network, right? But it wanted me to log in, and I know exactly what it was. It was them trying to get me to log in so they can get my login credentials so they can clone my phone so they can then steal all my I know exactly what was going on there, man. Don't play those games. Don't play those games, guys. But yeah, I think that when it comes to risk management on crypto, I think that the government has a long way to go before they are even close to the level that the average degen crypto guy is on self custody. So I don't need you to tell me what I can and can't do with my crypto because you don't know your ass from a hole in the ground. So there we go. That is that. Let's go ahead and jump into. I want to talk about a couple of things later. I want to talk about rotation out of ETH into SOL is causing a surge in bearishness. A lot of people moving out of there and into this smells like Fast and Furious. Moving out of ETH and moving it into SOL. So I don't know. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that today, OC. And then also 6 fat finger mistakes. I made one. I made a fat finger mistake this past week, guys, and I'm gonna tell you all about it because fat fingers cost money, and it cost me some money. It's okay though. We'll talk about that in a bit. Let's go ahead and jump over into that Bitcoin chart though, and let's see how that's looking. Unless you got anything for the people, I want to give a shout out to the people before I go. You got anything for the people?
Just a shout out for Alexandra G. She's back here as a Mud Queen. So, Alexandra, hopefully you're feeling much better. We miss you. We miss you a lot. Great to see you here. Also, I see username Buck. I see also Ada Ace. I see Brokoshi No Dinero. The Dusty Hunt. Also, Retro Mike Tech. And Kylie Files, among many others. Let me see who else.
FD White. FD White's in the house, man.
FD White.
That man's got the most beautiful skin. Shea butter. I'm just saying. Let's jump into the Bitcoin chart, man. Guys, we appreciate you being here. If you guys haven't done so yet, smash that like button. We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna go do some charting now. Looking at Bitcoin, guys, these are the levels that you need to watch. We talked about this on the thumbnail. We had some key events here. I'm looking at a 4-hour chart. We had a break above this range, and if you guys don't know what this range is, I was trying to show this, explain this last night in the chat on Crypto Nightcap. But here's our little channel. This is our channel of activity here. Whoa, sir. Thank you. This is our channel of activity here. Down here has been our buy spots. And I believe one of these is where, yeah, this big wick down here, that is where TradeFly picked himself up some $50,000 Bitcoin. But the big thing that I've been watching is the breakout above this is where your mom buys crypto zone. And we got a break above it. We did come back in. Look where we retested. Look at that OC retested. I'm just saying it looks pretty strong, OC. If we go over here and we throw on the chart prime indicators, oh, look, it was a dynamic reactor. 2 key levels there that we picked up on. One was a candle close back above that channel line, and then the other one was the retest there of the wick down to the dynamic reactor. I just did all of that while I was rebooting the crypto prices there. I'm proud of myself. Multitask. One thing now that we're doing though is once we got back up here, look, we did a retest here on the 786 now too, and we got support on it. 2 candles, 8 hours of data there, both wicking perfectly right there on that 786, 67,234. I talked about this was going to be a key level for us to get above. Thought we were going to be heading there. We did. We broke above it, pulled back to it, retested it, looking strong, looking clean. Right now, guys, we did get a bearish divergence. It's a hidden one. That's what the orange means. It is a bearish divergence. We did get the downtrend, and we started to turn. The money flow was coming down a little bit. Now we have kicked back up. The True 7 has kicked back up there. The oscillator ribbon is pushing up, and volume is starting to come back in. We're not looking horrible here. This was just a nice little reset here on a major support, 67,234. I think that if we hold this and we go into the weekend and we get any type of rally this weekend, it's going to be important for us to get above this 887. That's 73,887. By the way, that would be a new all-time high. If we can't get above this, guys, I think come November 1st, we're going to have some trouble. Because I think that on November 1st, there's a really good possibility. Let me pull it over here. On November 1st, I think there's a really good possibility, which is going to be a Friday, by the way, guys. Non-farm payrolls expected to be way under what they were before. And unemployment rate is expected to be higher than 4.1. I think that if we don't get above that support level at the 887 there at 73,887 and prove that as support, we could easily get up there, be looking at pulling all the way back into our range again here, which would be a decent drop, honestly, if we get up there. It would be about a 10% drop on average without any leverage. So we got to get up there before the first. Does Piper love his dog as much as he loves reading charts? Look at how he looks into the charts. I look right into them. I do love my dog, but I do love reading charts because charts make me money, and then money I can spend on my wife and my dog. There you go. There's a cycle. It's a cycle of spending. A cycle of spoiling, if you will. So that's what I'm watching on Bitcoin. I'm going to go over and just pull up real fast the heat map so that we can have those numbers because TradeFly not here today. TradeFly not here today. He's the one that does this, so I was going to have him do it, but then he hit me up at the last minute and said, Piper, I'm not available. Can you guys cover? And I said, yeah, I got you. Where in the heck is there it is, Bitcoin liquidations. Perfect. And then let's go into liquidation heat map. Let's go look at that. All right. I want heat map model 2, please. Thank you very much. All right, so we do have a hot spot sitting below us at about $67,000. There is a 21. That would be about 50 almost. Now, there's about $100 million worth of liquidations right down there at that yellow level, guys, that you guys see. Now that right there, that yellow level, that is going to be the current hot spot. But we do have still a little bit sitting right above us right now at excuse me, goodness gracious. Sitting right above us right now at about 69,000. That's on a 24-hour, though. Let's look at the 3-day and see how that's looking. Yeah, it's about $69,000 to $70,000, guys, is our next hot level. There's really not a heat level next to below us right now. I mean, there's some, but not like we have up there with that yellow. And we'll go take a look at the weekly. 70,000, guys. So I'm looking at $70,000 to the upside, downside area $67,000. Let's go over to OC's chart, see what he's seeing on there, and let's go talk about that.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at what we were talking about yesterday and also come back to my head and shoulders lines because you can see they are being playing out like crazy. Very precise there. And remember that we did this line without knowing this lower high, right? So we speculated on what was coming and we nailed it. So we were looking at this movement here. We see that we stop having that predicted target. Remember that for me, a predicted target is when we stop reaching that trend line, right? And then what we do, we start looking for either a lower high or a lower low. The first time we were looking at this area, technically we did break it with a wick, but no, we never closed below. Therefore, that was my first stopped out. Remember that I entered here to take this bounce to where I thought my this trend line was going to be. I got stopped out. My next entry was right here at the dynamic reactor. Beautiful, beautiful entry. And then what we did, we started looking for a possible inverted head and shoulders. And based on that, we draw this neckline, all right? Now, also that neckline happened to be the previous, let me zoom out just a bit, just a tiny itty bitty. There we go. It happened to be this trend line right here that has been very strong all across the board, right? So that was a neckline that also coexists with the next prediction. Right now, as you can see, I was expecting a little bit of a bouncing there. Seems like it actually played out. The bounce right on my head and shoulders line. So let me just get rid of this one really quick. And man, I mean, let me even go to the 15 minutes because I have another analysis in here that played out very, very nicely. I was talking about this on yesterday's class on Chartpress. So shout out to Chartpress there. And I was looking at a possible pennant. We have a fake out for that pennant, and then boom, break up like a champ to the upside, going once again to that head and shoulders line. So as much as I would like to say, you know what, it's time to reverse. I don't know. I think it's looking very strong, and one of my favorite things are just being drawn here. Let me give you a little example. If I do wah, and then I draw a little nice eye and maybe a couple of stripes in here, you'll see that that looks like awfully as a maybe Chernobyl goose head, right? So you know what I think about goose heads. If don't worry, it's just basically a further continuation before a bigger drop down. So what would a further continuation be? Let me show you a previous goose head that played out here very nicely. This also looked like a goose head. Remember, it has to do with the peak. This was not a goose head. So what happened? We had just a little bit of retracement for a further continuation before a big dump, right? Or a big retracement. I'm expecting something like that, but much faster. Look at how prolonged this one was. Also, that gave me the chance for the next one to be prolonged, right? So right here, look at how fast this was. So this gives me the chance for this one to be fast and short-lived. So I think this is going to be the next possible target somewhere around 68,993. Let's even set an alert in there. There we go. And then what I think is going to happen is that we're going to be having that next drop down, just like we had in here. And then we'll see if this area between 68, K, let's just call 68K and 67,400K holds. If they hold, my friend, I think we're going to the moon. Well, not that. I mean, let's not be that exaggerated. Not the, not the whole way to the moon, but at least we're gonna be going
I
to the
pump those
next
numbers
moon
up.
of
Those are rookie numbers in this
71.
racket.
Absolutely. 71, 237. I think that'll be a great news for the end of Pumptober. Remember, today is 25th. We still have a couple of days more for finishing up high and green. And I think we're making it. We're making it. So other than that, turning it back to you, Piper.
Yep. There you go.
Nice.
That's how much I love my charts and my dog right there. I can do them both at the same time now. Shout out to Gypsy. Love my dog. You guys got dogs? Let me know in the chat. And how much do you love your dog? Is your dog a good boy? That's the question. Let's jump into another thing that I'm watching here. And that is going to be MicroStrategies, guys. We got to talk about MicroStrategies. So let me go over to my chart here. Let's pull that up and let's take a look at that, because MicroStrategies is at a new all-time high. It's breaking $242 right now. We have absolutely crushed through the zero line. So I'm going to have to start doing some trend-based fibs here and start looking for some levels. So let's do that live. Let me isolate this off. Let's go ahead and get rid of, I'm just going to hide these. I don't want to get rid of them. We could always pull back. You never know. All right. By the way, that 111, that was my re-entry on that was my re-entry there on MicroStrategy. So I'm up quite a bit. I'm loving it. I'm living it. I'm feeling it. All right, let's go trend-based here. We're going to go over here to our fibs, trend-based fib extensions. I'm going to come down here because this is where we had our pullback, and then we pumped up, okay? So let's get this to lock on to the top there. Let's get that to happen. There we go, perfect. And then we're going to bring it down to this low because that's when we had a shift. All right. Does it play out? It does. We had a lot of plays on the golden pocket. We had a lot of plays on the 50. So the sequencing is really good here. You can see how the levels played out. Looking here at what we had a rejection on the platinum pocket right there. We came down, we retested, broke a little bit below that golden pocket, came in. It looks like we had a small retest here, and now we're breaking that platinum pocket. Guys, if we break the one-to-one, $254 is going to be a level that I'm going to watch for pretty critical resistance there. If we bounce off of this 887, we are setting ourselves up for a breakthrough, guys. A full extension of the golden pocket, which is the area here that we got through the $202 range. The full extension of the golden pocket to the 1.618 would be a MicroStrategies at $348. Let's go ahead and look at the, and a reminder too, guys, we have earnings coming up on them on 30 October. So next week is the earnings report for MicroStrategies. We already know they're probably going to crush the hell out of those earnings numbers. Looking here though, the one that I'm really digging because MicroStrategy's been doing so well, guys. It's MSTX. It's a 1.75x long on MicroStrategies. It's an ETF, and it is up pretty much almost double every day because it's a 1.75x. So doing quite well on that also. Yesterday, those two stocks alone pretty much outperformed all of my crypto combined. So OC, let's jump back over to DuoCam. I think I have an article here I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I did. Let's talk about this rotation out of ETH into Sol, and then if you want to come back in on some TA, talking about ETH and Sol, and just doing a little comparison. We'll talk about that for a second, and then we will talk about some altcoins, and then come back to a fat finger mistake. And I'll tell you guys story time with Army Piper. But first, let's go check out this news article. Rotation out of ETH into Solana is causing another surge in bearishness. The Ethereum FUD fires are burning hotter than ever as Ether has fallen against Bitcoin and Solana while developers fight the flames. Ethereum fear, uncertainty, and doubt, aka Elmer Fudd, shout out to Tradefly, have spiked again amid an apparent rotation into Solana, while ETH price, in terms of Bitcoin, has fallen to its lowest level in 3.5 years. The widening gap between Bitcoin and Ether comes amid increased bearish sentiment for the asset and the rise of competing blockchains such as Solana. Sol has gained about 17% over the past 7 days, while ETH has been mostly stagnant. It's almost a stable coin at this point at $2,500, somewhere in that range. The rise of Solana against Ethereum has sparked discussions about its potential to flip Ethereum's market capitalization. Still, it's a long way to go with Ethereum's market cap currently over 300 billion, with Solana just over 82 billion. Now, there was a flag, and I'm sure if you pull up your chart, OC, on Solana, you'll see it. There's a flag, and if you actually do the flag on that, it puts Solana at like a $1,400 Solana. If we look at the current price, okay, we consider that they was just talking about their $300 billion market cap on Ethereum, $82 billion on Solana, okay? That would be about a 4x. A 4x from its current price would not be too damn far away from $1,400 Solana. If it hits that target, do we see Solana become the second largest crypto in the space? I want to see what you're seeing on the charts. Look for that flag on Solana, and then let's come back and let's talk about that because Ethereum, I just want to remind people now, keep in mind, people said Ethereum was dead last cycle also, and it stayed at around $1,900 for most of the cycle. But when it took off, it took off. It was actually the first mover that started pulling Bitcoin with it a couple of times. So keep that in mind. But I want to hear what your thoughts are on the charts, and then I also want to hear in the chat, guys. Let us know in the chat. What are your thoughts? Is Solana better than Ethereum? I just want to know that. If Solana's the best, put a 1. If Ethereum is the best, put a 2. That'll make it easy for you guys. OC, let's kick it over to your charts. Let's see what you got.
So let's take a look at first. We were talking about a couple of what was it? A couple of weeks ago about a trade on Solana. We were analyzing this little range and then, of course, positioning accordingly for a breakout here. So as you can see, it played out very, very nicely, despite it had way much more oscillation. On the 4 hour, let me just zoom out here. I've been keeping track on this range. This is not a new analysis. And there we go. We've been taking advantage of those kind of movements, basically buying low, selling high, buying low, selling high. And at this point, we are nowhere close just yet to the top. Well, nowhere close. We're above the 50%, but we still have a little bit more to go before we start considering maybe a shorting it or taking some profits out of our trades there. Going to the daily, I think that I completely see what you're talking about right here. And if I draw this flag in here, you know what? I mean, I would like to say that it seems to me like a flag, but it doesn't. This little thing kind of like makes it looks like it, but the bottom, well, will be looking more like a pennant, right? I'll get them that much. And remember, for me, it have really much more success and precision measuring from the bottom of the flag, right? So that gets me to $296 Solana, slightly above the previous high. Is this possible? Absolutely, no questions. Are we going to get there? I think so. One of the things that I believe so. Fire, nice. Fire. I think that, I mean, and I say this with tweezers, all right? I think rotation of capital from Ethereum to Solana, it's a mistake. All right, that's what I believe so. Why? Because Ethereum is a sleep giant, right? When it wakes up, it's gonna be moving fast and furious. What I tell you guys, the alumni, we're seeing this kind of movements. We're seeing that food and FOMO playing out. Do not miss out. But I wouldn't, guys. This is not financial advice. I wouldn't be taking profits or money out of Ethereum unless they're profits and then putting them into Solana. What I absolutely are, and I would be taking fresh money, which is money from either what I'm planning to invest, right? Either from my paycheck or either from my gains, and then put it in to Solana. That's what I will do. Why? Because just time will predict what's going to happen. Is it possible that Solana becomes the number two asset? Well, then, as much as possible, as meme coins make it into the 100 coins, right? And have that happen? Of course it has, right? So, is it possible? Of course, it's possible. But I still think that that would be a mistake. Why? Because of both characteristics. We've seen Solana being very sloppy, not delivering throughout time, and also we've been seeing Solana being called dead over and over, although it keeps pumping, right? Is it an important coin? Absolutely. Is it important? Absolutely. Do I want to see it succeed? Absolutely. Yes, I want it. But at this cycle, I don't think that Solana is ready to match Ethereum. That's my thought. So, once again, not financial advice, but I wouldn't be taking money out of Ethereum to put it into Solana.
I don't disagree with you on that one at all. Because, like I said, Ethereum set at $1,900, $1,700 to $1,900 the entire last cycle, pretty much, and then all of a sudden ripped off. I think what's really keeping Solana moving right now is the fact that they got like 20,000 meme coins a day popping off on it. So, and the meme craze is going on right now. I think once retail comes back and starts to seriously look at solid projects, I think that you'll see the money starts to flow into ETH and out of Solana at that point. So, but yeah, right now, definitely got to keep an eye on what's going on with the bearishness of Ethereum. Any pullbacks on Ethereum right now, I'm picking more up myself, and I don't think it's a good idea to move all of your ETH over into Solana. If you want to diversify a little bit, and have split your pot there, sure. But I would not, me personally, I would not be doing that. Crypto Chef said, if Solana is so awesome, why didn't Bitcoin pair with them? Because it's terrible tech. I don't disagree with that. Yep. A said Solana will be 2026 as Luna. That I don't doubt that either. And then Crypto Chef also said that Solana is trash tech. It's ran by VCs and bots. So yeah. I think that the sentiment's there for it, and it is doing a lot of meme coins that they're building on it. So that's where a lot of it's coming from. But overall, right now, I would absolutely be I would keep exposure on Ethereum and look for those opportunities to pick up more. So, shout out to Wick's wife, Fine89. She said, hey, I got a Blowfin account last night. I'm trading on Piper's Link. Guys, if you haven't done so yet and you're looking to trade on Blowfin, go check out that link. I just dropped it in the chat, and you guys can, no VPN, no KYC, link in the description below, and you can sign up for Blowfin, trade with us here at the Academy. So, OC, let's go take a look at, we had a request for, well, where's that here? Moonwell. Can you check out Moonwell? Because Moonwell, I saw it on the bubble chart. It was up quite a bit. And I'm going to come back and do some Chainlink TA right after you get done with that. So let's go check a look at Moonwell.
What is the ticker once again? Moonwell, but I just don't see a moon.
The ticker.
Oh, there we go. There you go. Moonwell. Yep. Perfect.
There you go.
There we
You
go.
got it.
Let's take a look at the KuCoin. Other than I think this is gonna be the best. So let's take a look at it. Very cool. Oh my God, look at that.
Yeah.
All right, I
Yeah.
know, but yeah, if it's airy, if it does wow, and then it sits and it looks like a dog, probably it is a meme coin, right? So guys, I mean, this is crazy. Let's try to do an analysis here. We are on daily. I think we might be able to do or extract something, but guys, this is meme coin movement, right? What can we be expecting out of it? Well, other than other pump or dump, well, then taking analysis will be a little bit difficult. But let's try to do it. So far, let's get started with the best thing here, which is I would say trend lines, right? I'm gonna be trying to do trend lines up and above and down below, which is gonna be creating, you guessed it, a channel. So basically, channel is gonna be indicating me whether it's gonna be keep going up or falling back down. And guess what? It's breaking out. So as long as I still above the zero line, as long as my consolidation score is still slow, below, I mean somewhere around 3, 2, or 1, I think we will have that keep that movement. The next thing that I'm going to be looking for is going to be my predictive ranges. There we go. This is going to be my next up target here. And what I'm going to be looking for, if you are planning to jump in late, looking for a retracement like this one, looking at a retracement like this one, looking at a retracement like this one, or a bullish flag or bullish pennant like this ones that kind of makes that that retracement, right? So I'll be looking for something like that along those lines, and possibly re-entry somewhere right like that, as long as we're above the zero line in here. Something also to look at in these cases, this is where the plus indicators comes in handy because you have right away easy access to the 270 here, right? Not the money flow, but this line in here, this neon line that is a little bit I don't know, square-ish looking like that line, right? And what I want to stay away from is this kind of bright spots where they're clipping, right? Look at when they're clipping and they're being bright. Usually we got that top. Are we there yet? No. That's why I actually mentioned that we could be going a little bit higher here before making that movement there, right? So that's exactly what I'm going to be looking at. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. This is it, but it's not bright, right? So I think that we could still have a little bit more to go. And then when it's bright and basically at the end, after this flat top, well, then that's when I start looking for a possible entry. Look at this example here, right? After the flat, there we go. We have the retracement. We did a triangle, and then we kept moving upwards. So that would be for a long entry. Remember, this is meme coin movements. So and I don't doubt that this is a meme coin or whatever. If we break back into the channel,
It's a
next area of
lending.
entry
It's a
is going to be
lending
right down
protocol.
here.
OC.
Oh, got
Yeah,
it.
it's
All
it's
right,
got
that
a
makes
pretty
much more
yeah. It's
sense.
a ranked number 225 on the market cap right now, and it's a lending protocol, but it's doing really good. It's getting a lot of momentum. So
Oh, nice. So at this point, I will be looking for dynamic reactor, fake out, and then readjust right here, either for a continuation because we're making a lower high, or a break back into a channel, which is going to be making a big flag, which then we could be measuring for the next pump, which I think that is the least possibility still within chances. So other than that, turning it back to you guys. To you, Piper.
let's jump over here and talk about this real fast. Guys, we had someone there, Brokoshi No Dinero. He said Coinbase is going to be down for 2 hours tomorrow morning for maintenance. So if you're trying to trade from 11:30 to 1:30 Eastern, move your assets somewhere else. Just if you guys don't know, Coinbase system maintenance got an email about it also. Mine says on Saturday, October 26th, on or around 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we expect the process to take approximately 2 hours. So, going to be technical system upgrade estimated in 1 hour to complete, and then a trading reboot estimated about 1 hour to complete. So, yeah, there is going to be Coinbase going to be down tomorrow for 2 hours, just so you guys are tracking that you guys need to know that info. So yeah, Shout out to Brakoshi No Dinero on that. Yeah, I was going to show that email anyways, and you beat me to the punch, man. All right, guys, let's take a look at Chainlink here. Looking at the daily, and the one thing that bothers me on the daily for Chainlink right now is the consistent rejection that we keep getting here on the dynamic reactor on the daily. Typically, when we can't get above that, it's bearish. And if you take a look here, when we lost it, that was the entire move to the downside. Now it's all resistance. We are holding pretty well in my support range here that I called out. That's off of this big volume node on the fixed range volume profile here. Excuse me. That fixed range volume profile is that node of support that we keep getting our bounce on, but we've got to break out of above this dynamic reactor to get up. And then keep in mind, we do have a previous resistance line here that was a little bit of support. We lost that. That is the quantum reactor. And so we do have two key levels there of resistance sitting above us. But I want to go over here to the 4 hour. Let's bring this down a little bit. And let's just go take a look and see what we got here. We had a breakout on the chart patterns here. Had a descending wedge here. Did get a breakout of that. That breakout confirmed right there on that dot. We pulled back in for a second. There's a smart target right there. We did hit that. So this has played out already. Just keep that in mind. Let's go look at the moving averages. We are above the 50 for support. We did bounce on that. We're above the 100-day. Right here in line with this old trade channel, because you know Link likes to trade in ranges there. That range of resistance and support, right now it's resistance, that's about $13.13. That is going to be in line with our 200-day simple moving average. So on top of all that stuff that we just talked about on dynamic reactors and quantum reactors, we also have a 200-day in there. Let's go see if there's any confluence on where those are coming in at. Nope. Looks like the dynamic reactor is first. We have that first, then the 200-day, and then up here with the point of control on this entire fixed range volume profile, that's coming in at about $14.26. That is the level that we're coming in on that quantum reactor, and probably by the time we get up there, the 300-day. So a lot of resistance sitting above us on Chainlink. If we look at the 4 hour, let's bring in the 3D trend by Chart Prime and see how that's looking. Yep. New indicators that I'm bringing out for you guys. This is a free indicator. You can get it. It's called the 3D trend, and it does really well on the 4 hour here, guys. You can see here it went to pink. That was the higher downside move. Here it went to green and said, hey, look, we're getting this nice bounce. Came in. It's support. We keep going. Continuation. Right now, we are in green, and we got a clean support bounce off of the bottom of the 3D trend, moving to the upside. So I would say if we come back in and we test inside of this trade range, of the support range, which is between $11.65 bottom side, coming in nicely with the value area low from that fixed range volume profile. That's about $10.40. If we come down inside of this 50% range of this and hit on that, I might look for another entry on Chainlink for a long, but as of right now, the 3D trend is giving us some pretty good indications on top of the pro oscillators, pro indicators. Let's take a look at the oscillator. Yeah, we do have more upside coming right now. We did print a uptrend ribbon there, and also it does look like the money flow is in the green. True 7 is coming back up. Volume's coming back up. Guys, I think that we're going to be shooting for that $13 range. And again, on that daily, that $13 range would mean that we broke above the dynamic reactor, which would also be bullish. There's some Chainlink for you. We had a request for Kaspa and a request for Tesla that I saw in the chat. So if you want to take a look at Tesla OC, I'll come back and take a look at Kaspa, or if you want to, however you want to do it, man, you let me know. We'll knock those out though.
That's the Tesla.
All right.
I'll take Tesla.
Let's go to your chart.
Perfect. TSLA, let's go to all. Here we go. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, it's out of its order right now. Let's take a look at how is it playing out on the 4 hour here. Man, look at that. Would that had to do with Elon Musk giving away $1 million every day till election?
No, that was their earnings report. They crushed their earnings report. And they did not sell any of their Bitcoin at all in Q3. So they kept all their Bitcoin and they crushed their earnings reports. It just goes again to show you don't underestimate Elon Musk. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Absolutely. By the way, I just removed, like a second ago, removal of my prediction, number prediction, my analysis. But I want you guys to notice this line right? So, man, that's been pumping. I mean, and this just happened a couple of hours ago. So, we did had a little bit of a prediction of a possibility, and that was basically coming back, and it actually did. I just realized that we know that movement. Nonetheless, it's time for me to clear this up so we can start fresh in here. The first thing I'm going to be doing is that looking at we have a pump. We have a goose head in here, beautiful goose head. The only thing with this goose head, remember, we are at the top. We are looking for that movement here, a little retracement for a further continuation, and then a big dump. So, but I believe that this is, thank you, Piper, for that information because this makes it not FOMO. This makes it basically on its core, which is earning reports. I believe that we're going to be seeing a little bit more of that movement. For that, I'm going to be bringing out my VPVR. Let me see if I can. There we go. It's a little bit short, yeah, on time frame. Let me just double clicking here. Let me show you how to adjust the length of this. So the first of all, I want to incorporate this high so I can have a little bit more volume up here. And to do so, I'm going to be turning on this profile background. This is going to be enabling me to see how far back in those candles I'm going. So this is 500, maybe 1,000, maybe let's do 1,500 candles just to be sure that we can incorporate these candles right down here. Let's just wait for a little second and we'll see if that, there we go. We have a little bit more volume. Let me just now hide this profile background, click OK, and we'll see that we're getting to areas of smart money. So just be careful in these areas because we have seen when we reach those areas, we have big retracements, big retracements, big retracements. So we should be having something like a retracement. I don't know if it's going to be big. I don't think so. But wait for that possible retracement. And when that retracement happens, that will be your opportunity to jump into Tesla. Let me also look at the support and resistances, and we are at a resistance. So a retracement should be making sense. So something like that, right? So remember a further continuation before the next retracement. This retracement, depending on the size of this movement, it could be going like this or it could be going like that. All right. So it will depend how far can we push it from where we are right now. So just keep an eye on Tesla. I will be placing a couple of alerts. One of those alerts will be at this previous low right there, right there, right? And that will give me a base retracement in case this happens first and then we pump. And then I'm just going to be putting it up to the previous high, somewhere like that. There we go. And then those alerts are going to be my taking action areas. Why? Because right now I'm between I am at a resistance, so I need to wait for that retracement to jump in for long, or wait for the breakout and then the retracement to jump into that long. Once again, it's not about the breakout; it's about the retest, and then you off we go. So, other than that, turn it back to you, Piper.
Awesome. Let's go take a look at Caspa, guys. So Caspa is continuing to fight to hold this long running trend line. I've talked about it here numerous times, guys. It goes way back, way back in history here, back to June 2023. It has been a support line. We just tested it here a couple of days ago. This would be on the 17th of October, and it looks like we're going to come back down to it. Where did we get our rejection from? Guys, we had our first rejection up here on my call range. This is a range that I said, this is key resistance. You guys need to know about that. How did I know that was there? It was the phase 9 golden pocket at 17.8 cents. We hit it and rejected perfectly off of it. So, we talk about these ranges all the time, guys. That they're not just ranges; these are trade entries that you guys can go and put on your chart. Go look at it when it hits there. Take a look at the data and go, "Yep, hey, this actually looks good. Let's go with it." We had the call all the way there down to this downside. Right now, we are fighting with the phase 6 golden pocket. That's the 6.618 at 12.8 cents. I think that we come down here to this box. You guys see this green box? It's my big support range. This is my support zone that I'm going to be watching. Matter of fact, I need to stretch this out. It's been here for a long time, and we're almost at the end of it. That's how long it has taken to get here. Why do I have it? Because it was our support that we had back here in December 2024 here, January time period, and back in May of 2024. So this was the range that I said we got to watch that for support. I got some other indicators here, though, that I'm going to lay on top just so you guys can see because there's some things there that we need to know about. Let's go ahead and remove the trend-based fibs. There we go. That way we just isolate some stuff here. We're not messing this all up. And let's throw on this Market Dynamics Pro. Guys, we have a measured move from the Chart Prime breakout, which indicated right there in that green dot. Oh, go back, sir. Right there in that green dot, that is where we had that breakout indication. That's the green dot right there. That measured move on that, guys, is coming in right here above our box down here at the range of about $11.03. Now, go back in, turn on the fixed range volume pro, the trend-based fibs. That's right in line with this phase 5, 11.2 cents. I think it's going to be a target. Now, keep in mind, if we get down there, we are now below a critical support level of diagonal support. If that happens and we break below that and we retest it and then we come back down, guys, we could be looking to go much further. One last thing that I do want to show you is if we throw on the 3D trend here, get rid of that grouping. There we go. When we broke out of the after we got a rejection off our zone, guys, this indicated here we actually had a rejection in the bearish zone, the bearish cloud, leading all the way down to that. We're fighting to get above it. The only thing that I am looking for right now that will make me bullish on this will be that we come down, get another bounce on this, and return the cloud into a bull cloud, meaning that we're breaking above this level. So we got to break about $13.4 before I turn bullish again on Caspa. But as of right now, guys, we are looking at that level again, coming in at about 11.2 cents. So that's what I got for Caspa, man. That's what I got. That's what I got. How you feeling about Caspa, OC?
Absolutely. I'm feeling bullish, to be honest. I mean, I'm still holding my Caspa. I'm just gonna. It's down in my drawer, and I'm not gonna be taking it out until the end of the bull run. And if it doesn't play it out, it's just gonna sit there. But I mean, it's not that I'm just careless. It's just that I do think that it's gonna play it out very nicely. I think Caspa is one of those assets that brings to the table something that is very valuable, and I think not many people have been kind of like a realizing of it. I will call for an ambassador of Caspa being what was it? Sorry, I just completely forget. Jim Hunter. This Jim Hunter. We got him here
Archie,
in the
Crypto Archie.
channel. Archie, yes, Archie.
Yes.
Shout out to you, Archie. Sorry, I just have bad memory. Sorry for that. I usually watch his lives. He's been a great ambassador. He talked about Caspa's benefits, and I really dig it. I really dig it.
So we have we are not redirecting today to Randy Hipper. Much love to the mod, much love to the frat house mom, but we're actually going to redirect today over to FD White. I want to show you guys why. FD White over on his channel, FD White Invest, he is going to be doing, where is it at? There it is. He is doing an interview with Rob, Digital Asset News. This Bitcoin cycle is different. What's next? Featuring Digital Asset News. So that's going to be at 8:35 a.m. my time, which is going to be about 5 minutes after our show. So OC, we're going to run about 5 minutes over so that we can redirect directly into a show, and the alumni can go over and support FD White and Rob, good friends of mine. Both of them love Digital Asset News, love FD White. It's, Crypto Nightcap. Hashtag crypto nightcap, #1 show on Piper Academy. So let's go and look at a couple of more charts, and we'll just stretch it out to then. But before we do that, actually, do you show what you're looking at right now for a good trade setup? We're going to come back and talk about my fat finger mistake, and that should take us right into FD White. So guys, stick around. We're going to go see FD White. We're going to FD's house. OC, what do you got for us, man?
Absolutely. Very funny because I was looking at ALC. If you know, you know, right? If you remember, you remember. So ALC also, we miss you in the channel. Hopefully you can come back and drop some likes. But remember that we did great on ALC here. At this point, we are falling below all of the reactors, right? So we're losing the radioactivity right there. This might be a little bit dangerous, although we're still forming some bullish divergences here. Also, something interesting is that we are making this downward channel, and look at what had happened before with that downward channel. Usually we go to the bottom and then we burst back above the reactors. So if you were looking into investing in ALC, let's just take a look at a couple of volume profiles areas here to see where could we be jumping back in. Those are too chunky, right? If they're too chunky, we might be needing a little bit more information. To do so, we're going to change the volume profile level to something higher, right? So we have a little bit more division within those chunky areas. So for me, I think I'm going to go triple that. So it's something like either 25 or 30. Let's go with 30. Also, I don't want to have them very, very thin. Usually, I'm looking something that is either the size of one candle, like that average candle, or at most the size of two average candles. As you can see, this size kind of like matches very nicely with this kind of areas, right? I don't see any big volume or any big outcome in here, but what I do see are volume spikes. Like for example, this one here, I see volume allocation here, and then the next one all the way down there. So despite what I've been looking at, that I mentioned that we could be going with a fast return, also bear in mind that this is our next big spike of volume. Let's do something else in here. Where do I have my support and resistances? All the way back down here. What else do I have in here? We'll see. There we go. Predictive ranges. On predictive ranges, the first area I'm going to be looking for possible reentry is going to be here. What's going to be my reentry scenario? When I am on support and when I'm start either breaking through the zero line or having a flip of the ribbon like I had here, like I had here, like I had here, like I had here. All right. Remember, there's two key things here: support on price action, and then flip of the ribbon or break through zero line on the oscillator. So that's going to be the first area to look at, and the next area to look at is going to be all the way down here. So let me add two alerts, right one there and another right here, and I'm going to be trying to catch that trade. I'm not going to be shorting ALC.
Nice.
Because I mean, yeah, the only long short was that until I started losing these areas, I'll consider start shorting.
Awesome. So let's jump over here. I want to talk about this real fast. We're about 2 minutes out, guys. You don't even have to go anywhere. Just stay right here on the show. At the end of the show, you will automatically redirect right over to FD White's show and see that interview with Digital Asset News. But 6 fat finger mistakes that hit crypto holders in the wallet. And it's not just crypto. Samsung made a mistake back in 2018 when they were supposed to be paying dividend shares. 72 cents per share. They actually handed out 1,000 Samsung shares total. That was about $150 billion mistake there. 2021, crypto.com mistakenly sent 10.47 million Australian dollars, about 6.8 million in US, to Australian couple. There's another one here, $23.7 million gas fee blunder, finds a kind-hearted miner. He sent it back. Retro Mike Tech would not have sent it back. I just want to put that out there. Hashtag Retro Mike Tech. Love you, bro. Here's one where they paid out a $700 Bitcoin bonus on accident on BlockFi. The digital asset lender, they were supposed to be giving out Gemini dollars, stablecoin. They actually sent 701 Bitcoin to someone on a promo. So yeah, there's some massive mistakes that happened, but I did one this week where I was getting rid of some dust over on Coinbase, just converting some old dust that I had, because you can convert dust now, and did not check and see what I was converting. I actually converted some ETH to Bitcoin. So thank God it was nothing major, but it did cost me the fees to go back to what I was doing with my ETH. So yeah, fat fingers, guys, take your time. breathe, be patient, chill, let it happen. It'll happen, okay? Guys, just stay tuned. Please go support FT White. Much love to my bro, man. And he's got Digital Asset News. Rob is a brilliant guy, been in the space a long time. Not just crypto, he's in stocks, he's in real estate. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be a really good video. But again, it is about this Bitcoin cycle being different. So please stay right here. Don't go anywhere. You guys need to see what this is about, and we're going to go support those guys. So it is time now. OC, I appreciate you guys, you being on here, guys. Hit that like button on the way out, and we're going to go head over to FT White right now. So, guys, we'll catch you back here Monday morning at the same time. It's right here, 9:30 a.m. It's the charts, the news, the markets, the economy, and everything you need to have knowledge. Let's go see FT White. Let's get out of here. Let's go.
I don't know what they keep telling me. I don't know what they keep telling me. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling out the wheels flow low. I know you hungry for knowledge, that's profit appetite. Classes in session, this for the Army Piper acolytes. Trade flag at the soul train ready. What a line from OCI, from a Mexican spaghetti. Yo, Crux Crypto with a deep dive to project dime. And if you like the visual powered by Tar Prime, then you were part of that alumni, that's all spine. But if you have step, fall back to offline. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling out the wheels flow low. Sound off.
To get rhythm, the ZTS rhythm. Rip it, Alexandra.
Yeah, that's my alumni, you know what I mean.
That was awesome, dude.